What's up, fellas? It's Chris here, coming to you live from the Enchanted Model Car Garage. And guys, I'm having to use my cell phone. Our family computer went on to Fritz, and we were trying to decide if we're going to buy a new one or have this one repaired. You know, the problem is that stuff's just so darn expensive. But anyway, I wanted to do a quick video showing you guys what all I've got going and where I'm at. So, on the 1950 Chevy, the Dallas Cowboy truck, as you can see, I've got the door panels. I'm getting ready to do the wood grain on them. We've got everything done in paint as far as that's concerned. This is part of the bed. Like I said, it's all done in paint. I've wet sanded and done a coat of clear. I've still got a wet sand, do another coat of clear, and then I'll start doing my buffing and everything. So hopefully get that all done. Here's one of the panels here. You can see the blue with the silver on it for the Dallas Cowboy theme. That's coming along. As far as the shop truck update, teaser here for you. As you can see, and I hope I can get this okay with my phone, the block is done in a metallic black. That's that blazing black. I've done the freeze plugs in brass. The bell housing is done in a purple pearl, and this is done here in a silver, metallic silver, the transmission. I'm just getting started. I've got a lot of work to do on this one, and I'm taking my time. That's my baby. I've done the oil pan. I don't know if you guys can see, pick up on the gold bolts there on the oil pan bolts, but I gold plated them. Okay, moving on. We are also got the Chevy Cheeseburger engine. So here's what we got, fellas. We got a Moroso oil pan. We got a Lakewood bell housing. We've got brass freeze plugs. We've got Brodix heads on there. We've got a high volume, high flow Edelbrock water pump. We're running a Wiend high rise intake dual quad manifold setup. I've got my Wiend valve covers on there. Got to detail those yet. Got the starter done. All my bolts are done on my oil pan, as you can see. We've got the oil filter. Of course, that's my Fleet Guard, guys. You know I'm a big Fleet Guard guy. And on that shot, you can also see the clutch fork. I've got the boot and the clutch fork done, so hope you guys can see all that stuff. And if you look real close, you can see the yellow on the bolt heads. So, also, we've got the front chassis portion done. I did that in a Hammerite black. I love that Hammerite black, guys. That's awesome stuff. Okay, so with that being said, I want to get to real quick some of this question and answer stuff that's going on. I really like that, and I want to get in a little bit of that. So one of the questions was, what primer do you use? I don't remember who asked it. I think Louis did. But here we are, fellas. I'm with Louis. I use Walmart brand primer. I've got it in white, black, and gray. And that's all. Excuse me. That's all I use, fellas. Good stuff. It flows well, sprays well, dries well. I love it. Paint-wise, well, I used to be, still am a little, a Krylon man. Problem is, there's a new kid in town. Rust-Oleum. Now, Louis showed us all this metallic, and he showed us the clear. Good stuff, Louis. You didn't disappoint, brother. This clear, I had hell trying to find this stuff. Could not find it at any of my Walmarts all through Denver, believe it or not. I even went on Walmart's website and it said it wasn't sold in my area. Went on to Amazon, and I bought 6 cans of this stuff. So, I'm not going to be out for a while. The reason I'm turning to Rust-Oleum so much, let me show you my other paints, guys. Boom, Rust-Oleum. Boom, Rust-Oleum. Boom, Rust-Oleum. Hammered. That's the shiznit right there, fellas. Guys, Rust-Oleum paint, their nozzles are awesome, especially those new wide spray nozzles that Louis showed us in his video. They spray well, they dry fast, they flow good, they level out. I love Rust-Oleum. They got good colors, they got a lot of great metallics, they've got just a lot of neat stuff, guys. Man, I just love what they're doing. Rust-Oleum has really got it figured out. So, that's the primer and paint I use. Now, I don't have an airbrush, and to be honest with you guys, I have really good luck with rattle can. Do I want an airbrush? Yeah, I'd like to make that investment, a commitment to that, but we'll see in time. All right, next, what's my failure modeling? I, too, have to say, with the rest of you, it's rushing. Problem is, when I've got it figured out up here and I get a vision, And then as I get it on the bench, and man, that thing's starting to come true, right? That vision is right there, and I can see it. It's like, oh my goodness, I can get in that thing and drive it down the street. It's flowing, and everything's going good. Then I get in a hurry. I'm a very impatient person. Ask my wife. And as I get impatient, what I do is then I start making mistakes, and I think that's what we all do. So that's a failure. Um, how do I buy my models? I think Dr. Cranky asked that question, right? What makes us buy? Well, as a lot of you already know, I do models that are close to my heart from experience that either I've owned, family members have owned, or want to own. But if it's something out of the norm, right? What makes me buy a model? Well, one, if it's a semi truck or four wheel drive, it's got my attention and I'll buy it. But as long as the box art is good, that really draws me in. I'll be honest with you. The other thing that makes me buy models is these 2-in-1 and 3-in-1s. I'm a freak for 2-in-1 and 3-in-1 kits. And guys, I tell you, I'll buy a model all day long that I'm not interested in if it's a 3-in-1 or 2-in-1. And the reason I do that is because if you go like to Hobby Lobby and you use your coupon, well, hell, you can walk in there and throw down that 40% off coupon and walk out the door spending 12, 13 bucks on a model, and you got all those spare parts that you can put in your parts bench. You know what I mean? And you got spare parts, and that's on the cheap. So that's what I do. Next, how do I store my models? Well, right now I do not have a China hutch or anything like that. I do put them on shelves. As you guys know, I'm a slow builder, and downstairs my wife has a huge entertainment center with two big uprights on either side, and in the middle it's a flat shelf. And that flat shelf, I have all nothing but muscle machine collection that I did many years ago. But on either side of those, they're lighted shelves. And that's where I've got my models inside there, and I turn those little lights on, and it just kind of glows. It's kind of cool. All right, what is your favorite part of modeling, or of the model? Is it the engine, the drivetrain, the body, or the upholstery? Okay, so what's my favorite? My favorite is drivetrain. And just like in real life, guys, I love setting up ring and pinions, doing transmission work. I'm a freak for all that. So I'm a drivetrain guy. I love it. With that being said, when I do a model, the first thing I start with is I do engine. And then I do the rolling chassis, get all that done. Then I do the interior, and then I do the body, and then I put all my accessories on. Now, I love drivetrain work, engine work, body work, interior work. I hate with a passion. I hate interiors. If I didn't have to do interiors, I wouldn't. But because I like to show my models, I do the interior, and I just hate them. It just, I can't even tell you guys, they're miserable for me. So anyway, the other thing that I really like doing with my models is fab work. I love fabricating. So, I'm talking about like stretching those semi-truck frames, or, doing a little cutting of the body and making them a convertible, and just different things like that. I am a freak for fab work, so I really like that. Again, I saw a Dr. Cranky video earlier that he was talking about the vision part of it. Well, Dr. Cranky, hats off to you, because that's my favorite part. And I'll be honest with you guys, anymore, the excitement is thinking it up in my mind, envisioning that finished project. Gosh, I just love that. And then it's collecting models, even if I don't build it, just to go buy them and collect them and put them in the closet. I love collecting them. So call me weird, call me whatever. Maybe I don't ever build them, but I collect them, and I love that. So those are kind of the things that really kind of piques my interest and gets me going. Again, what do I do first? Well, I do the engine first, and then I do a rolling drivetrain, and I treat it like just if it was in real life. So, with all those questions answered, I have a question. And let me just tell you guys, I love this Q&A business where we're asking questions and getting answers. Man, it really helps everybody just get to know one another, and I love it. So, here's my question. What is the quirky thing that you do at the bench? And what is maybe something that you keep? Let me tell you what I'm talking about. When I'm sitting down here and I build an engine, guys, you're going to make fun of me. This is very childish, but it's just something I do. When I'm down here on the bench, I'm in fantasy land, okay? So when I'm in fantasy land and I'm in my shop and I'm working for a customer and I'm building this truck or this car for that customer, and that customer being me or my family member, somebody like that, when I build the engine, I make engine sounds. When I get the drivetrain done, I make it sounds like the tires are squeaking, right? Squealing, if you will. I love those old diesel sounds, and I kind of give you an example. Guys, I love it. I love that. Come on. I just sit out here and do my thing. Come on. The other thing, hey, let me tell you, my wife used to think that was stupid, but now she thinks it's kind of cute. Huh? There's a little tip for you fellas out there. Come on. All right, so here's the next thing I got. What do I do that I kind of, I guess, collect? Some guys collect the sprue afterwards. Guys, I'm a freak for the marbles. Right? I save them in a cap. So as I build my models, what I do is I keep an empty cap on my bench, and I take every can that I use, and when I'm done with it, when it's empty, I take it outside and I puncture it with a claw hammer or a carpenter's hammer, and I bust out that marble. And then I clean that marble real good, and I keep them. Now, obviously, I'm just now starting another cap, but I already have one cap. So anyway, I keep them, and you may say, why? I don't know, guys. I think it's a reflection thing, right? That I can sit back and say, golly, look at all those cans of paint I went through. These are all the models I built. And it's a story. It's a way for me to, if the model gets damaged, I don't know, right? Maybe one day when I have grandchildren and they come over to visit and they want to play with the marbles, there's a story behind the marbles. It's just not some marbles that, we went and bought. There's a story. And, I can tell that story, and then maybe whenever I'm dead and gone, my grandkids can tell the story that I told them about the marbles, and every time they see the marbles, it'll mean something to them. So I don't know. That's just kind of my thing. I'd like to know what y'all's thing is. Maybe you guys keep paint labels. Maybe you keep the paint bottles. I don't know. And here's another one I got for you guys. Testors is really pissing me off. Pardon me there, guys. Testors paint. I'm a freak for Testors. I love their paint. Really, they kind of the only thing on the market, really. But anyway, these caps here, they got that stupid cardboard inside there. And it never fails. When you open these fresh, it's good. But in time, that cardboard glues itself to the top. And then you're trying to peel it off. Then you got the crap on your hands. You're trying to clean your hands. Then you got to try and paint what you were doing. Ridiculous. Really? Testors, we can't do no better than that? Day and age where we live today, that's how we're packaging our paint. Come on now. So guys, if you know of a way that this here can keep from happening, let me know. I would love to know. So, I think that's all I got, guys. This phone may not allow me to record much more. I'm sorry it's on my phone. I'm sorry it's late. I hope I answered all the questions. I hope you gave you an insight into me and what I do. And we'll just go forward. Hey, send your family, send your friends. Keep them subscriptions coming, and let's just keep watching them videos, fellas. I love it. I dig it. It's cool. And just keep building. As my one brother of Hammered Down says, sling that styrene, fellas. Come on. And we'll just go from there. Guys, until the next update, have a great week. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next time. Take care.